One of the most successful and active cycling pipeline academies was launched shortly after the COVID pandemic in 2021. The DSV Shift Academy is based in Paarl in the Drakenstein municipality of the Western Cape and offers talented young riders a chance to aim for the top through a focused training and race program on both the road and the track. The Academy recently honoured some of its graduates for 2024 at a function in the Boland, and the man who started it all, legendary race winner and team owner Malcolm Langer, gave us an insight into just what the day was all about.
Well, I think today is it's an important day for our kids of DSV Shift Academy. We started this 3 years ago. We're very proud to actually be here. It's a graduation for the kids. It's all about the kids. That's why we're all here. We're very fortunate to have our partners arrive today as well. A lot of them have flown from Johannesburg to be here with us. We actually, before everything kicks off, that we actually, you can see it's so quiet behind me, but I think it's just really to embrace the kids and what they've done. I mean, it's a 7-day week actually. I mean, they all, from Monday to Friday, they're here at the track, they're training. We're keeping the kids sort of on the right track. That's what we're trying to do, teach them self-discipline, teamwork, all the right ethics, you know, and teach them that reaching the goals internationally is possible. But we need a base, and we've got a home for them, and DSV Shift Academy is what we put together.
While the Academy in its current guise with a base at the Paarl track is 3 years old, the germination started almost a decade ago. And logistics giant DSV have been involved from those early days.
I've been on this journey with Langer Sports and the DSV Shift Academy for more than 10 years from the initial stages. On a corporate level, it's good for us as a business because we have, of course, marketing needs, we have CSI needs and that, but the real value for us is the stories that come out of this. It's the youth, it's their development, it's the life skills, and it's the sports skills, and it's inspiring to all our staff, to all our customers. It makes such lovely stories to tell, you know, at home, when we connect with people. It's just been a lovely experience.
The DSV Shift Academy has become something of a torchbearer for the Drakenstein community. The young riders have become role models within the community, inspiring others to emulate their feats. So successful has the Academy been that the Drakenstein municipality are deeply committed to making it a sustainable program long into the future.
We have 54 sporting codes here in Drakenstein. Drakenstein is a hub of sport activities taking place. And we have taken cycling on board in Drakenstein. We have given them the facility here, a new facility that we gave them, where they can practice, where they can train, where they can meet, and where they can do their business. We are also making sure that the track here is well maintained. We do pre-maintenance, maintenance, and make sure that whenever they want to practice, that it's always available. We ensure that the grass is cut properly, that the facilities here is clean, as you can see, and we just make it possible for them to develop.
One of the men involved in guiding and coaching the cyclists is Wade Tunison.
Our main objective here at DSV Shift Academy is with developing young talent, getting them from rural areas, keeping them safe from the road, gangsterism that's going around there, and yeah, just keeping them going and active.
On the bike during his racing career, Malcolm Langer was one of the most successful cyclists of his generation, racking up over 400 race wins across various disciplines in a career that spanned 20 years. He went to the 1992 Olympic Games in Barcelona and is a two-time national road champion. Langer was known for being disciplined and totally focused on his role as a rider, attributes he's trying to instill to the riders at the DSV Shift Academy.
Overall, I just think South Africa is a country that I love personally, and if I can invest in the youth and have the knowledge I had from a cycling background and put it into good use, I think that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to uplift the youth, keep them on, you know, the straight and narrow, and not getting influenced in sort of the elements that are out there. And we totally approach communities, the kids in the farming lands around here, so a lot of the parents work on the farms. And I know we've got a lot of talent in South Africa, so unfortunately there's no sort of support structure, so we're trying to create that support structure. And we have kids here, we have 18 kids that we look after on a daily basis. We cover all their entry fees, we get them to race bikes that they would never have, unfortunately wouldn't be able to do. So yeah, I think it's kind of give back from my side, but I think it's created a lot of attention. People are starting to see what we do, and we want to take it from strength to strength and keep growing it and bring the talent forward.
of the brightest prospects in the academy is Ethan Coulson, who made great progress through the junior ranks on the road and the track, and now at the age of 19 is preparing to step up to the very tough under-23 category.
I've been with the academy from the start, about roughly 3 years ago, and the academy means so much. They are part of the reason why I've come quite close to accomplishing my dreams of becoming a world champion. I've done multiple continental championships and world championships as well as a junior. But moving into under 23 ranks, it's become quite hard to actually qualify for those things with the guys here in SA. But next year, that's the goal again. Lifetime goals, definitely world champion and a stage in the tour, that's for sure.
Those dreams and aspirations are very similar to those of thousands of youngsters around the country. Even Malcolm Langer can identify with Ethan's lofty ambition.
Well, I think from being a youngster, just like the kids are from this academy, I mean, that's kind of what I dreamed about. Being a Tour de France hero, a world champion, we all have these massive dreams, and they've got the same dreams, but they don't have the means of getting there. Yeah, I think I've followed a path of racing professionally, internationally. I've been to the Olympic Games, I've raced, I've been in Europe. So I thought it was time to give back, and I also won a lot of races. So I thought, well, how do I put that knowledge back into sport? And that's kind of what we put together. So yeah, I've run a lot of professional teams in the past. So from the professional background, this is a complete new element. It's raw talent. It's kids that want to listen, want to understand, and how do they get better. And I've got Elric Coulson, who's a great coach, manager. Sometimes we are fathers to some of these kids. But yeah, it's an awesome experience, very, very rewarding.
While all the young riders have dreams of reaching the pinnacle of the sport, and no doubt some will, the Academy is about much more, as it provides a stable platform for youngsters from the Drakenstein community to test themselves. And the municipality are well aware of the important role the DSV Shift Academy plays in laying the foundations for growth amongst the youngsters.
We are here today to celebrate the development of our youth. We are here to celebrate the development of cyclists in Drakenstein. This is the only cycling club in Drakenstein, and we have made this facility available to them to practice, to train, and to become the winners that they deserve to be. Drakenstein is very much focused on developing our youth. It's important that we develop them because these are the leaders of tomorrow. This is our future. And it's important that we invest in them and take them by the hand and guide them. Because one of these days, many of us will retire, will stand aside, and then we want to be able to give the baton over to people that are well-trained, well-educated, good sportsmen, and can take the municipality further.
Over the last 3 years, the Academy riders have developed a reputation for being resilient and determined. And while the stars have collected multiple national titles, some of the newer riders have taken to cycling incredibly quickly.
One of the sort of well-known ones this year is that one of the ladies that's now graduating this year, I think it was about a year or a year and a half ago, something like that. She had never ridden a bike before. So somebody nominated her and she came here and they took her under their wing. And just 2 weekends ago, she came third in a local race. I mean, that's just unbelievable, right?
So exactly who is eligible to join the Academy? Here's Malcolm Langer again to explain.
So what we do is we've got kids from the ages of 13 to 17. That's all that we look after. So it's basically your high school career that we nurse the kids. From that, we want to evolve the academy, and that's why we're at sort of that growth phase now, where yes, the next step is what happens, where do the kids go from here. So they're learning a lot of life lessons where they are now, and we're teaching them about cycling. But at the end of the day, I just want better people to come out of the academy. And if we can move them into the directions of whether they get into the logistics world of DSV, we're going to help with that. If they get involved with Oryx Gas, who's involved as a co-partner, that's what we want to do as well. So I think it's really life lessons for now for kids, to teach them about self-respect, teamwork, all the things I've mentioned before. I think that's what life's all about. And the sooner they learn that there is hope as well. You know, they can aspire more. I mean, we often have kids coming here and we have to give them extra lessons for maths and, get their grades up, because that's important. If their school marks are not there, then unfortunately the cycling gets a little bit less. So it's a balancing act that we put together.
Improving as a cyclist is every rider's objective at the Academy. But as Wade Tennyson explains, the off-bike factors are just as important, if not more so.
Okay, apart from just from cycling, the education of the kids is vitally important for us, and just become a better person in overall discipline and just keep going, staying active, healthy, and that's it.
The undoubted star of the academy at the moment is Ethan Coulson, who spent some of the winter months this year racing for a German club in Europe. Ethan's journey has been a long, steady line of some success and great support.
So I started cycling about almost 10 years ago now through my dad, who's a coach. He's coached guys like Ernst van Dijk, worked with Nolan Hoffman, Clint Hendricks, all those guys. And Malcolm came along partway through the journey, and then I joined the academy, and they were one of the key role players in my progression as a cyclist, because it wasn't just the funding, it was all the mental support as well, all the kit, everything. So I just want to say a massive thanks to the DSV Shift Academy and Malcolm Lange and everyone involved.
One of the men working with Ethan's dad, Elric, as a coach has been Tiernissen, a graduate of the ETA Sports Academy in Stellenbosch. Wade has been with the DSV Shift Academy for 2 years now.
Big ups to Malcolm, Jackie and Elric for also giving the kids the opportunity, and for myself to work with him. Malcolm himself, a legend of cycling, and Elric as well, a legend. Been working with Elric since a kid. He's been my coach, and to learn from him and Malcolm. Jackie on the administrative side is a wow for me, and really appreciate him bringing me up in the game and still learning every day. Thanks to them.
The academy has made great strides in 3 years. However, it is still a relatively small concern, a long way from similar projects in other cycling-mad countries where access to finance is less of an issue.
Well, I think if you look at countries like Australia and America, I mean, it's all about funding. I mean, the sky's the limit. The budgets and what they've brought back Olympic levels, that's the only way we can start. So I think we've gone, what people should have been doing 30 years ago is what I've started now. And I believe that if we can get the right amount of kids, we're inundated with kids all around the country wanting to be here. Unfortunately, we run it in Pole. It is a closed off the community here. I would love to spread it around the country, but it's going to take a lot of money. But it's not impossible. We've got the templates. You see behind me, we've put containers together, and it's people that have come together to help us. So it's been an awesome 3 years that we've done, and we're looking forward to the next 3. And we've had kids. I mean, Ethan Coulson went and raced in Europe this year. So, we can make it happen, but it's unfortunately it does come down to funding, and cycling is not a cheap sport. And equipment gets more expensive as they start to get better. So we have our challenges on that side, but we've got some awesome partners that are on board with us that help us. And I think it's all about sharing my dream.
While no longer a full-time member of the academy, Elric Coulson is still hanging on to the coattails of the DSV Shift Academy while he transitions from the juniors to the under-23 category.
So the academy is still supporting me, even though I graduated last year. Malcolm's really trying to get them to support us further, but yeah, I hope it goes well for Malcolm in the future support of the academy.
The financial model that supports the DSV Shift Academy is a collective of numerous sponsors and supporters, the Drakenstein municipality being just one of them.
Look, the municipality is not possible to do all this by itself. That is why we need sponsors like DSV who come in and support us. Because why in Drakenstein we depend on our sponsors like DSV, because we believe it is a whole of Drakenstein approach. Everyone must be involved. The ordinary citizens, our sponsors like DSV, and also other sponsors. We are a family here. And as a family, we must stand together and work together. And I want to thank all the sponsors for their contributions.
While the aim of most young riders is to race the Tour de France on the road, Lange believes getting a base on the track is a critical stepping stone to achieving that goal.
So the reason why I chose this venue is a cycling track is a closed-off environment. Track bikes, there's no brakes, there's no gears, so it teaches kids first of all how to get proper balance and how to actually get skilled on a bicycle first of all. And I think any cyclist knows your first building block is track cycling, and I think that's kind of what we started. And obviously you're dealing with kids, so I want them to be safe. So track, unfortunately, around the country, a lot of the tracks have been, they're not used anymore. They're closed up, and Drakenstein has been incredible. They've kept this facility up since 1896. We still have a Boxing Day here where there's 20,000, 30,000 people that come and watch the cycling events. religiously on the 26th of December. So I think there's a strong history with cycling and this track, and it's a perfect location. So Drakenstein allowed us to put our facility up here. It wasn't just a given. We had to do quite a bit of negotiating to get in here, and they're loving what we're doing for the community. We need events. I think it all starts with events, and if we can get this thing right, my next sort of step is to get more events, and I think we've got to go back to circuit racing. We can't rely on big open roads where it's dangerous and there's a lot more manpower involved. It gets more expensive. I think circuit racing is a way to go. Track cycling has always been a good spot to be in. I think we've got the talent, but we only can look after kids from 13 to 17. From there on, if I have connections to move them into certain areas, then I would. But unfortunately, it is a bit of a tricky state at the moment. But Europe is where most of the kids want to go. But I think the motto, what I said before, is it's just teaching kids to be better people when they walk out of this academy. Whether they go into a job one day, cycling teaches you so many life skills, and I think that's the bottom line. You know, the life skills you get out of riding a bicycle, it's the waking up early, getting time management, self-respect, all of that is what everybody needs in life. You know, and a lot of these kids don't have access to those sort of facilities, which we give them.
With a small but clearly successful program now established, what is the future? Let's hear from the umbrella sponsors, DSV.
I often ask Malcolm the question, it's a matter of we want to do it really well, but can we replicate? Can we do more? Can we bring more through? So it's a constant discussion that we have. I think having the mayor here today, having the parents here, the community here, the resurfacing of the track's going to happen. I think this is going to become more and more a prominent part of the Drakenstein community, and the sky's the limit. We can take it elsewhere as well. So I hope we can, yeah.
Malcolm Langer and the DSV Shift Academy has, in just 3 years, made huge strides in not only guiding and teaching young riders to be the best they possibly can be, but also in showcasing to the country that with the committed support of the Drakenstein municipality and community, the sky's the limit.
Drakenstein is a sporting hub. All the roads on a Saturday and during the week lead to some other kind of sporting fields. So I'm confident, I'm sure, that with the sporting spirit in Drakenstein, that cycling will just grow from strength to strength. And we are here to support them, to make it possible for them to grow and to be strong.